The proof is right there in the savings rate. The personal savings rate in America has plummeted down to roughly 4%. That's a disaster. It's well below historical averages. It proves that the middle class is bleeding out their reserves just to keep the lights on. You're draining the money you saved for the future just to afford the present. Frugality was supposed to be a tool to build wealth, but for you, it's just become a defense mechanism to delay going broke. Let me introduce you to Sarah. She's 36 years old and works a mid-level corporate job. For a year, she grinds. She takes on extra projects, she stays late, and she finally earns a hard-fought 4% raise. Her salary bumps up to $85,000 a year. She thinks she can finally breathe. She thinks she finally has some breathing room in her budget. But in that exact same month, her auto insurance premium jumps 15%. Her local government recalculates her property taxes, and they go up. Her utility bills spike because of grid updates. Mathematically, Sarah's hard-earned raise resulted in a net negative cash flow. She has more money on her paycheck, but less money in her pocket. This is the promotion penalty. You're running on a treadmill, and every time you speed up, the treadmill inclines. Your income is tied to an annual review, but your expenses are tied to an aggressive, unyielding market. You're fighting a war on two fronts, and your salary is losing ground on both. This creates a dangerous psychological trap. Let's call it the neighborhood illusion. You look out your window and see your neighbor installing a new pool. You see them pull up in a brand new 2026 SUV. You look at your own budget, you look at their lifestyle, and you assume you're doing something terribly wrong. You assume you're falling behind the normal middle-class standard. You try to replicate their lifestyle by squeezing your own budget even tighter. But here's the brutal truth. You're measuring your financial worth against a complete illusion. That neighbor falls into one of two categories. Either they're in the top 20%, cashing out tech stock gains to fund that lifestyle, or they're in the bottom 80%, financing that SUV into complete financial ruin. Right now, a record 111 million Americans are failing to pay off their credit card balances in full every month. Let that sink in. 111 million people